Hello my friends, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be doing some more work on Komorebi, the tiling window manager for Windows, written in the Rust programming language. Today's video will be the 5th installment of our little UI, pure Rust UI mini-series. In this little mini-series, we are creating a GUI for Komorebi using the egui toolkit and the accompanying eFrame framework. So, why don't we see where we got to last time? I'm going to do cargo run package komorebi-egui. And this will compile with all of the changes from last time. I'm trying to remember, what did we get to last time? So we continued working on these nested workspace configuration components. And yes, I remember now. So we added buttons to change the focused workspace. And we also added this text box to let us change the names of our workspaces. And we had some trouble with that, but we got there in the end. So today I want to, let me see. I want to add in the configuration options for stack bar. And the stack bar configuration, if we just take a look in the JSON file, stack bar. So we have a height. So we can use a slider for this because it's an integer. We have a mode, which is like an enum variant. So we have on stack, we have never, and we have always. We have the tab width, and then the focus text, unfocused text, and background colors, which we can use our color 32 color pickers for, the same ones that we're using for the border colors. So we've done all of this before, and hopefully that is going to make it a little easier for us to just adapt the components we've built before for use in the stack bar section. Okay, so let's get out of that and into the Komorebi egui codebase. So we'll add stack bar after border. So here we have UI collapsing border, and we'll go to, that was strange. We'll go to the end of border, and we'll create a new UI collapsing stack bar. And in here, so wait, let's take a look at the border first. So we have an on-off toggle here, but actually for this stack bar, we don't have an on-off toggle. We have like a state enum, right? That never, on stack, and always. So for that, I think we want one of these, right? System rounded square. This is an enum for the active window border style. I think it would go nicely with the stack bar mode. So we can just yoink that code, and we can rename this. Actually, you know what? I don't think we even want a collapsing section here. We want this at the top level. So let's get rid of that collapsing section. And then our options, instead of active window border style, they are going to be the stack bar mode. So we'll have stack bar mode never. I may need to import this. Stack bar mode. So we have never on stack and always. And why don't we get Bacon running to give us some feedback on the side? So consider importing this enum. Huh, that's kind of weird because we did just import that enum. Maybe like that. Maybe we had the wrong import. Okay, that's looking a bit better. So, this is going to be not in the border config, but in the stack bar config, which I guess we don't have the stack bar config yet, do we? So we will go back to our Komorebi egui state struct, and we will add a stack bar config, which contains, I think we should be okay with this one to just take it from the state. Let's try that, shall we? So stackbar config is going to be state dot, or is it going to be global state dot? Where is that stackbar config even coming from? I think this is coming from static config. So actually we don't want this one. We want to create our own egui specific stack bar config, right? And we'll do this maybe one at a time. And now that I see this, none of these need to be pub, so I'm gonna unpub them. So we have border config, now we have not static, stack bar config. Getting there. Getting there. So we'll have mode, which will be stack bar mode. And let's start there, and we'll keep coming back to this and adding to it. So we go into new, and we have stack bar config, stack bar config, and so far we just have the mode, so we'll take that from the global state stack bar mode, and we can add in the stack bar config here, which means we can go all the way back to line 329, and we can make that equality assertion against self.stackbarconfig.mode. So in the clicked handler, we will update self.stackbarconfig.mode, and we will send a message to Komorebi saying that this is the new stack bar mode. Great. So what is next? Let's take a look at the config again. I think it's going to be useful to have the config up. So we have the mode. Next, I think we'll do the height and the width. So height, I32, width, I32. And we're going to have some colors here, right? So we're going to have focused text, which is going to be color 32. We're going to have unfocused text, and we're going to have background color 32. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So now in stackbar config, we need a height, which we will take from the global state. Stack bar height. We need a width, which we'll also take. From there, we need a focused text. You know what? I'm going to call this focused text color. Focused. Oh, we don't have it there, do we? Stack bar. Focused text color. There we go. And here we're going to have unfocused text. We're going to rename that to unfocused text color. And we should have a similarly named variable here. And then we should have the background color. Stack bar background color. Okay, those are all of the options. Let's see what Bacon says is wrong. Right, so like in the border colors, we need to convert these to egui's color 32 type. And if you remember, I think it was in the first or the second episode of this mini-series, we wrote this little color 32 helper function. So I'm just going to wrap all of these. And okay, that's looking good. That is looking good. An unused or unread warning. I can live with that because we are going to read from these values and we are going to update these values in this GUI of ours. So, you know what? I wonder why is all of this F32 here? Because I'm pretty sure this can be I32 as well. Let's just make some sneaky edits. I'm just going to grep for F32. 304. Because I think I copied an example and it was using a float. And I don't think it needs to use a float. We can just use 32-bit signed integers. Alright, excellent. So, in this one, we didn't use a UI collapsing, but for the next one, we do want to use a UI collapsing. So we'll go with the width first. And, let's see. We have width here, so we should be able to yoink that, actually. Yoink. And we'll put that here. And you know what? We'll yoink it again because we're going to do something similar for the height. So the first width is actually width, except we are going to use stack bar config width. And the message that we will send here will be probably something like stack bar width. Yeah, stack bar tab width. So stack bar config width, and here we will do the same for height. And we'll send the appropriate message. We need to get rid of these as I32s now. I'll grep for that in a second. So as I32, let's see if I can do some vim foo. So we're going to search for the string as I32 space as I32 and we're going to replace that with nothing. I think that worked. It did work. I love, this is like one of like the few BIM things that I have learned pretty well, the sed replacement syntax. So whenever I get a chance to show that off, I do feel quite good about myself. All right, so we got the height and the width. So cool. And now the only things that we are not making use of are the colors. So we have a whole colors block here. Why don't we just, because there's also 3, right? Single, stack, and monocle. Let's see if we can just yoink. Go to our stack bar config. So here colors are coming first. So why don't we put colors above width and height? But instead of single stack and monocle, we have focused text, unfocused text, and background. And we just need to go through and make sure that we are updating and acting on the right variables. So we're going into stack bar config. This is the focused text color. And now the message will be stack bar focused text color. And does this one an unsigned 32-bit integer? Yes, it does. So we'll keep that as U32 there. And this bit is what we need to change. So I wonder if we can do some vimfoo. So we're going to do substitute border config dot active window border colors dot single. We're going to substitute that with stack bar config dot focused text color. Boom. How cool is that? If there's one piece of Vim that you learn, I really think it should be the sed syntax. Makes me so happy. Oh, look at that. Nicely formatted too. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep doing this. You know what? Why don't we do this on all of them? How cool would that be? So I have selected this block of text. I'm hitting semicolon. I think up should give me what I had before. And here, instead of changing on a stack, we are going to change on... Sorry, instead of changing on single, we're changing on stack, and we're going to replace that with unfocused text color. And there you have it. And we can do the final one too. So actually now I'm going to do VI curly brace. So it has selected everything inside these curly braces. I'm going to do semicolon again, up again, and the last one is monocle, so I will search for monocle, and I will replace that with background color. Pretty freaking cool. Wow, that was nice. I haven't even compiled this yet. That's one of the really nice things about developing in Rust. I don't really, even with UI, I'm not particularly concerned with hot reloading, constantly rebuilding. Like, I just know, like, if the checker is okay, my code is like more than likely, like 99% confidence that it's okay. So now we have added the width, the height, and the colors, and actually, I believe that might be everything. So why don't we compile now? It is 20 minutes into the video, and now we're compiling. Oh, Rust. All right, so we have our stack bar set to on stack. So why don't we change this to never, and why don't we try and stack? So we have the green border here showing us that this is a stack, but we don't have a stack bar because it's set to never. Now, if I change to on stack, okay, we've got a stack bar. If I change this to always, then everything gets a stack bar. How about that? Well, I'm glad that's working. So I notice it requires a click for like a full update. I think that's something that needs to be handled. You know what? I think we can probably handle this here by sending a retile message. Should we try that? Let's try that. I was going to say it probably needs to be handled on the receiver side, but I don't see why we can't just compose our commands here. So we're going to send a retile message. A retile message does not take any arguments. So let's see. We get our stack bar. Let's change this to never. Okay, so it goes away, but it doesn't like retile. So on stack. Always? So I just did a manual retile then. Something is a little funny here. So if I do on stack, that disappears. If I do a manual retile, it changes. If I do never, it disappears. And if I do a manual retile, it changes. You know what? I don't want to get too into the weeds on this one. Let's take the win. So we have this. We can. I'm not sure if this is gonna update immediately. No, yeah, it's still gonna require that. That interaction, which I think is okay for now. Maybe we'll look at that separately later. And so the width, do we want shorter widths? Oh wow, that's not good. Oh, okay, so we definitely need different widths. Why don't we see what we've got in the config for the widths? The width is 300. Oh my god, 500 is never gonna cut it. All right, so we're just gonna do a little stuff, you know. We're gonna do a little stuff. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be like it never happened. So our width, we don't want that to stop from -50, right? We want this, I think, to go to 500. I think that's a good width. And again, we don't want a negative. Oh, I was changing the wrong thing. That's the border width. What am I doing? All right, so we're just gonna sneak on in. Oh, that's why the retile wasn't working. Okay, so let's rewind. We're good. We've got this. We have got this. Do not worry. You are on GZ codes where I get most things working most of the time. So we want our width to start from 0 and probably to go up to 500. We want our height to start from 0 and maybe go up to 100. Then when we send this message, when we change the stack bar mode, we can call retile, and we can get rid of any arguments there. And for the colors as well, I believe we can send an extra message to retile. Same for the width and for the height. So let's try that again. First things first, we need to change the width, because that stack bar is not looking good. I don't know why I have it set to 300. Like, I think 200's enough, to be honest. I think that looks pretty decent. Anyway, it is updating, which is nice. So if I do never, ooh, you see that? It changed the size. I do on stack, it comes back. I do always, everybody gets it. All right, that's cool. That's really good. I like that. Okay, and then the height, are you gonna? Dope. So I wonder if we do need it for the height though, because like that doesn't feel good. So maybe we take it off of the height and the width. Hopefully those two will just automatically update. Let's see. No, it won't. So I think this one. Ooh, okay. So maybe we can do this on lost focus. So that we're not constantly calling retile. And this one. Wait, where did I go? I got lost. Okay, so width, lost focus. Height, lost focus. Let's try that. This is the iteration part of things. So, okay, height. We let go here. Nah, it didn't really... That ain't really working. So maybe it's drag stopped? Oh, is there another drag? Dragged. The widget was being dragged, but now it is released. Okay, let's try that one. Drag stopped. And you know, while we have this up, why don't we just maybe change the background text? We also need to figure out scrolling, guys. We really need to figure out scrolling. Oh yeah, it's not. The background doesn't really update. What about the... Okay, this one updates. Because like you can see now, that's a blue. Unfocused text. Can we make that like a yellow? Oh, that's updating the border color. Ooh, I missed something. I definitely missed something there. Active window border color. Got it. Okay. We need to change that to stack bar unfocused text color. Oh yeah. I messed a few things up here. I was trying to be too clever. I flew too close to the sun. Do you know who flew too close to the sun? Let me know in the comments if you know. My fellow mythology nerds. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, there's a pretty good chance that you're also a bit of a mythology nerd. So let's restart Komorebi so that I just have all of my colors and everything reset. We're gonna stack that there. Move that out of the way. Oh no, I didn't want to stack that. I want to stack these two. I don't actually use the stack bar that much, so that's why I'm not that good with it. So okay. Now let's run our egui application. We got the stack bar. So okay, the width now updates correctly. The height does not update correctly. What am I doing wrong with the height? I haven't uncommented that, so that will work correctly. And the colors, okay, so we can change the focus text. Yeah. Can we change the unfocused text to like a yellow? Wait. Yes, we can. I don't like all the retiles. And can we change the background? I really need to figure out scrolling. Gosh. Yeah. Okay, so we can change all of those things. This is like the least aesthetic color combination I can think of. Okay, so do we need these retile calls when we're changing colors? Because that's quite a heavy call to make. Re-renders the whole screen. Focus. Oh, let's see if we can change the background. Is that changing? Is it? So it does. Actually, this looks pretty aesthetic. Okay, so this color picker, I don't want it to. Oh, come on. All right. I don't really want to go into the main code base here. I mean, let's see if there's anything quickly that we can do. So this is stack bar focus text color. So we store that. We're not actually sending any messages to so can we do something like self dot we don't have anything for stack bar. Self dot monitors, where M and self dot monitors. I think we have a getter for W, WS and M workspaces, for C and WS containers, C dot stack bar, if let's stack bar equals C dot stack bar. Can you update yourself? Oh no, sorry, we want to do that on stack bar. Stack bar update. And for this we need the windows, and we need the focused window container. So we need to do a double if let's focused window Then in here, something like this. I don't know. We can probably wrap this in a helper. Let's see what... That looked a bit too easy, if I'm being honest. Huh, it worked. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's put this onto the window manager. Oh, we need to put a function for this. Fun, redraw stack bars. This doesn't need a moot. This is fine. And I think this should return a result. So if we go here now, we can do self dot. What did I call it? Something with stack bars. Redraw stack bars. So for all of the colors, let's do this. Oh, doesn't like that. We should make it public. And then probably here as well. So we can... Alright, let's Komorebi C stop, cargo run, package Komorebi. Key must be a string? What are you talking about, my friend? What are you even talking about? Did I mess up my config? No, I'm pretty sure my config's good. Let's just install all the things and then I'll just run Komorebi start. And so what I'm hoping, so while that's building, why don't we go back here and let's see if we can get rid of these calls to retile. I should have just done it this way first. Just goes to show that sometimes your first instinct is probably right. Especially when it comes to separation of concerns. Alright, that's all the stack bar stuff. Damn, this install is pretty long. So we'll get ready to fire both of these. Come on. We're so close. We're on the last target. Komorebi itself. Nearly. There we are. Alright, so we're gonna start Komorebi. Yo, what is this? What did I do to the config? Okay, line 22, column 3. 22.3. What? Oh, it's because I don't have the animations code on this branch. All right, so we'll comment that out. We'll get Komorebi started. I think actually I just want to swap these two. Then we'll run Komorebi egui. Cool. I'm gonna stack these two. Then I am going to change the focused color to a different shade. Perfect. And that is now updating as we would expect. Lovely, 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 lovely. Although, something just stopped. I think we did too many and we killed it. So maybe that wasn't a great idea. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I think we killed it. Yeah. So we got 4 squids, so why don't we just run Komorebi? We can get the output from there as well. Not great. Alright, so we'll do always... that one doesn't really do what we want. Maybe we do need the retile. So if we do always and we change the focused, I mean, that seems to be going okay. All right. Next, let's do the unfocused. So we need 2 in a stack for that. Why aren't you moving? Swap. Bro, swap. Okay. So now the unfocused. I think we had it right the first time. Unfocused is not changing. Did I miss something? Focused, color, unfocused. Not redrawing the stack. Oh, it's because... Alright. There it is. It's in the top left. So this is the unfocused one. And now I'm also changing that. And now the background I'm also changing. And I broke it. It stopped processing. So I don't think anything crashed the thread. It refused. Okay, I'm not sure how I want to proceed with that. Maybe I should think about that a little bit offline. Because, like, yeah, now a whole bunch of stuff is off. So let me stop and start. So maybe I need to, like, throttle this. I think maybe I need to throttle calls to redraw stack bars. Maybe. I don't know. Kinda sus. Kinda weird. We got on stack, always, never. So for this one, alright, so let's do what we can with what we have. So for the stack bar mode, we know this isn't working and we do need a full redraw. So we will do Where did my code go? Here it is. We'll send a retile message here. And we can unwrap that. But for the colors... So here as well, I think we can send the retile. Let me just yoink that. Here. Where is it? Here it is. Just to, avoid this issue of too many things going through the IPC socket and doing some... I don't even know what's happening to the thread, but it is not happy. But we can do a retile on this one because we're doing it on drag stopped. So I don't think that's a terrible idea. So stack bar height and tab width. We just need to be a tiny little bit careful with... Ooh, what's this? Invalidate border rect. I think that's what I want to do. I think that's what I want to do on all of them. I don't want to call update, I just want to invalidate the rect. Invalidate rect. HWND isize. HWND non-false. Okay. And here, this function, instead of calling update, maybe we can call invalidate rect. So we can do Windows API invalidate rect stack bar HWND. Oh, you know what I think is happening? I think this is failing and it's killing the thread. So why don't we let not fail on that? Okay, yeah, let's try that. So we're gonna stop, we're gonna reinstall real quick. I don't think Komorebi C has changed. Apparently it has. So it's going to recompile that. And of course, recompile all the things. Why not recompile all the things? A lot of my life is spent these days waiting for things to recompile, especially the stuff I'm doing in my day job. Very long builds, very long builds. Oh, and the camera just went off, so I am going to just turn that off and let it cool down. Hopefully we can turn it back on as we get ready to say goodbye. Okay, we're going to do Komorebi C start. Then we are going to run egui. Add some updates there. And yeah, let's see. Let's see how this goes. So our height is fine. Our width is fine. Our colors, how are our colors doing? Okay, the invalidate rect doesn't do what I thought it would do, but you know what? I think this is okay. I'd rather have this than the thread crashing, you know? Yeah. I think this is a reasonable trade-off for now. Maybe we'll come back to... Yeah, we'll come back to this, so... let me see... what changes? I don't think I need to keep any of the changes to Komorebi, so I'm gonna git restore Komorebi. And we will be happy with the changes that we have here. Yeah, so we got the stack bar config. We went on a little bit of a tangent, but I think we got there. I think we got there in the end. We are looking very good, my friends. I think we are looking very, very good. One last thing I want to do. I want to get rid of this. I don't need to know that this is container padding because it already says container and workspace padding. So container, there it is. We'll get rid of that text, and we'll get rid of that text. Let's bring it back up. And let's change our stack bar background color back to something sensible. Maybe a little bit darker. A little bit darker. Yeah, there we go. And the focus text is more of a green. Should be more of a green. Why are you not more of a green? Oh. That's weird. Something off about this. There's definitely something off about this. My keybinds have stopped working as well, so I think that thread that processes the commands is completely down. I'm not sure why. I think we do just need to rate limit that somehow. Okay, that's looking like it should. So maybe we'll investigate the rate limiting of the color updates. But we don't get that with the border color updates. Curiouser and curiouser. Anyway, we have let this go on for long enough. So let's see if the camera works. Are you gonna work today, camera? Yeah, the camera is working again. Perfect. So why don't we call it a day here, wrap it on up, and say a very, very big thank you to all of the lovely, lovely sponsors of this project. So if you would like to sponsor, you don't know where the sponsor button is, there's one up here, and there's a little heart here as well. So you head on over, and this is where you can see all of the amazing sponsors that we're going to say thank you to. So starting from right to left, thank you to Tony, Swol, Azine, Sidium, David, James, Pavel, EFL1P, private sponsor number 1, Mike WW, Michael, Cesar, Greg, Nia, Maxwell, Sundance, PJHFGGIJ, Hyro, DM1681, Darian, Kwang, Surefire, Solomon, private sponsor number 2, Kilroy, my boy, Evan, Alex, Julian, and Hisayuki. Thank you all so very much, my friends. If you too would like to become a sponsor, you can be a one-time sponsor, you can be a monthly sponsor, and honestly, even if it's just $1 a month, it really does make a huge difference to me. What did I say last time? I said that if we get to this 50 monthly sponsors goal, we are gonna get a question and answer video on this channel. Your questions, my answers. So yeah, that is one of the few incentives that I have to give y'all for sponsoring this project. I know I don't have much. All I do is I make these videos and give these shout outs, but I really, really do appreciate all of the support. If, however, you are not in a position to become a sponsor, the very, very next best thing that you can do is head on over to the YouTube channel. Actually, you don't need to do that, I know, because you're already at the YouTube channel right now. While you are here, I want you to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I say that because GZ Codes is now a fully monetized YouTube channel, which means that all of your watch time, your interactions, your likes, your comments, those few seconds that you watch the ads before clicking skip, it all turns into revenue for the channel. And so it's this really great, easy, passive way for you to financially support Komorebi without actually having to do anything besides watch YouTube. Pretty cool. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And with that, my friends, it is time to say goodbye. So I hope that whatever you all do today, you have a great, great day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you all back here next time.